Welcome in, everybody. We're going to get started here, and right off the bat, Harry, there is two teams that could qualify with the majors if they win today. Both HellRaisers and Team Spirit looking to lock it in. And are you thinking it's going to go any different than both teams picking up the wins here today? Yeah, as there's some surprises.
For the first game here, HellRaisers versus NAVI, I think no chance, no chance that we're gonna see a surprise. Can Virtus Pro beat Team Spirit? Not easily, but they can do it, right? It's not impossible. Is it likely? Very unlikely. But the first series, the one that you and me are casting, the HellRaisers NAVI, the one that we have in front of us right now, I think there's absolutely no chance. So in my mind, HellRaisers, they're already packing their bags for Berlin.
Yeah, they've looked, again, possibly the strongest team. Well, we don't know who the strongest team in the region is yet because we have to wait, is it 2 more days, I think, for Team Spirit versus HellRaisers? Yeah.
Yes.
And then we'll finally know who the number one team in the region is. But yeah, HellRaisers looking incredibly strong here after that roster change, coming in with Ramses as the carry. So it is looking like they are going to be the ones that, again, go forward today. They win that. They get themselves that major slot. And is there anything looking through the table that you think might be the surprise? Because, I mean, BetBoom have to wait until the very last game of the very last day to see if they secure that major slot. Because VP, if they win today, they could still be in with a chance of getting past BetBoom here.
Yeah, that is the case, but winning today is not going to be easy, so I wouldn't want to be in their skin for sure.
Yeah, and looking through, we've seen HellRaisers, they're putting a lot of pressure, not a lot of pressure, but they're putting a lot of the carry potential onto Kiyotaki. Ramses, he's playing more of this. It's not a sacrificial role, but he isn't really playing that true one. And, they're letting Kiyotaki get that momentum and be that main carry here. So Navi, how do they have to try and play around this? Do they have to put a lot of pressure onto Kiyotaki in the lane, or is it just trying to push out the other two side lanes? You'll win the side lanes and hope that mid lane goes even.
Side lanes are usually for teams that are playing against HellRaisers. You mentioned they might be the best team. I would say they're the most dominant team, right? The series that they have won have gone pretty one-sidedly in their favor, and that is what's so scary. And usually that starts in the side lanes. So first things first, survive the side lanes. The mid lane is going to be even up until some point, at least. Kiyotaka doesn't have like a vast hero. You're not really going to be able to predict what he's going to play. It's just that the heroes that he plays them at a top level, right? So he doesn't like to experiment too much, right? He can pull out a hero here, but overall, it's 2-3 heroes that he's staying with, right? But overall, I think side lanes, that is where HellRaisers, they've been playing the lanes really well, and then they just capitalize on it in the early mid game, and very rarely do teams have any shot after that.
Yeah. So looking for, HellRaisers, like you say, they are one of the strongest teams, but Navi, who have they actually got the wins? They've only got the win against Darkside, so this is looking rough for them here. This is kind of a do or die situation to try and go for, because this is no, it's not the last match. They play VP on the final day as well. But it is, they've got 2 series left to play here, and they need to win one of them to be able to get themselves into at least tiebreakers here against a few of the teams. One move, Hydra as well, could be pulled into those. So are you expecting Navi to get something different, pull something different out of the bag to try and get the win here today? Or is it just genuinely, a bit of Navi having to do what they've been doing in the past and just hope it comes off this time?
Navi has a lineup of, I would say pretty mechanically skilled players, but that hasn't been showing in the laning stage in general. And then it is Shigetsu against the world later on, as the other ones are trying to create space in a impossible environment. HellRaisers, it's kind of bad to say it, but I don't really know. Even if they have some cheese strats, even if they have something up their sleeves, now is not the time to reveal it. It's sometimes hard to do it, but you're not winning this series. That's just how it is, and especially you gave them the Nature's Prophet, so really good luck if you're Navi. But against I wouldn't be surprised if they try out something else, but here
Yeah.
they're definitely staying with the status quo.
Yeah, and we can see that, coming through this draft, it is going to be the Ench and the Dragon Knight coming out here for Navi. You never know, those little friends really powerful on the
10
Enchantress.
seconds
We know how
remaining.
powerful the Enchantress is anyway. But yeah, like you say, they've given this HellRaisers
5
the
seconds
Nature's Prophet,
remaining.
who, again, looking like the strongest carry in the meta, at least for me at the minute, up there with heroes like the Naga Siren that just obliterate heroes when they do get drafted.
The thing is, again, it's like the Dragonite, right? It's very flexible, and
Mhm.
if you remember the Hawk, whenever someone would play against HellRaisers, they would ban it. I don't think that Ramses plays anythly or
Yeah.
any worse than the Hawk. He maybe plays it
Dire
differently.
team
The
back.
team knows how to play around this hero. Is also gonna get the which is one of Antares' favorites. I think solo maybe once in the past tour, but overall,
Yeah.
Antares is a beast. This I haven't seen a ton of techies, but I'm loving it, right? The idea here is that you can kill the
10
Enchantress when she
seconds
comes into
remaining.
your jungle. The second she comes, you jump on her, one or two bombs explode, and
5
she's just
seconds
instantly
remaining.
dead. So
Yeah.
I'm liking it. Every single time when there's an Enchantress, I always point it out, you have to have a way to kill her. Teams have usually opted to go for a Snapfire, but techies works
Navi's
just as
turn
well.
to ban.
Yeah, does well against the Dragon Knight there as well. It ignores the Dragon's Blood with the amount of
Dire
burst damage that
team
it will
back.
put out. Meanwhile, we see the ban, the OD ban. Well, someone's learned from a previous series here, watching up against Hellraiser. Kiyotaka not going to be able to get that OD, at least in this first match. Looking through, the Puck's going to be banned out here as well as the Disruptor, the Io goes, Broomhammer, and the Rubik. So there's
Navi's
still
turn
the
to ban.
Undying that could come out. Clockwork still available here as well if you want to put that in the lane with the Hellraiser's Nature's Prophet. Would you prefer, because it seems like Hellraisers, you know, they might look towards that Undying more, do you think? Because the Clockwork and the Train have kind of
10
dropped out of
seconds
favor.
remaining.
Uh, well, Clockwork and Treant,
5
yes.
seconds remaining.
Undying hasn't dropped out of favor, but when I first saw Hellraisers Christmas show,
Mhm.
they weren't looking so good because they were giving solo the Undying all the time
Yeah.
at the start. Now, I mean, when you see the Dragonite and the Enchantress, the Undying seem like a good one, but I'm scared for their lockdown. So
Mhm.
something that solo might want to play is like a Jakiro. Things like that do come to mind as a possibility because I'm not sure if the Undying is going to be the best one. Laning wise is going to be fine, but when it comes to keeping people in place, that is where you could struggle.
Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye out to see if they do want to go for that Jakiro, because that's been getting a little bit more popular as well. The push potential, the tower damage potential there as well.
Dire
It is a
team
good
back.
hero at the minute, and teams do seem to be picking it up more and more as the Doom will be banned out here from Navi. So Hellraisers, they take away the Slark. Um, yeah, I don't mind that because it's like, again, one of those heroes that if he does get a bit of momentum, can run away with the game. And it seems like Hellraisers
10
just don't want to be
seconds
playing up against
remaining.
it. It's gonna be, I mean, looking at the bands coming out
5
here as well, the
seconds
Doom
remaining.
coming out. Is that actually played by Hellraisers? I don't think I've seen a Doom come out for them just yet.
Yes,
Do
yes,
they?
yes, yes. They have played a Doom, and in that lineup, they have the Nature's Prophet and the Techies. They played it against one move, game number two, right?
Okay.
So they played something like that. At that game in particular, they played a position 5 Dragon Knight. So that is
Oh.
Navi's turn to
quite
ban.
interesting. Of course, this
Mhm.
time around, that is not going to be a possibility.
Okay, and on the side of Navi, they're going to ban out the anti-mage. So again, one of those heroes that is starting to creep back into the meta, especially in the Eastern European region, quite popular here, the anti-mage. But
10
Shigetsu,
seconds remaining.
you still have that Weaver comfort pick if he wants to go for that.
5
Something like the
seconds
Drow Ranger
remaining.
as well. Do you think that's going to be more what Shigetsu wants to pick up here in this game?
Hmm. I'm looking at it. I just want a phase boots hero, right? Maybe a
Mhm.
battle fury hero. So Ursa comes to mind as a good one, though no one really builds phase boots on Ursa that much anymore. The power treads are the best one. But either way,
Yeah.
he does have a way to jump out of the sprout. He does have a way if he builds a battle fury to cut through the trees, and with the jump he can also kind of
Navi's
deal with
turn to
the
pick.
treants if they are blocking his path. So something like that does come to mind as a good pick for Shigetsu. But we're gonna be find out if he's hero in this phase gonna be a second one. And they pick up a Jakiro themselves. So Navi are not letting HellRaisers play what they know. But now maybe you can go for an Undying because none of these heroes really kills the Tombstone.
Yeah, that is true. And yeah, with a couple of these block picks, with the Dragonite and the Jakiro coming out, you know, it might not be heroes that they're 100% comfortable on the side of Navi if they're just trying to take these away from HellRaisers. Dragonite is probably one of the strongest heroes in the meta right now, so you shouldn't really have any problems with that. And Jakiro did get that buff, so the extra Ith Path duration, you know, being able to land those stuns a little bit more reliably there as well. It's not, you know, the two heroes in the world that are the most awkward to try and play around. So Navi, you know, maybe not the first picks, but you know, getting those block picks out with HellRaisers being very comfortable on these heroes. As HellRaisers, they do go for the clockwork.
Yeah, they're gonna go for the clockwork. They are definitely lacking on the lockdown, right? I was hoping maybe they go for a bounty hunter. They played that once with the Nature's Prophet, but yeah, nothing of the sort is gonna come through. They definitely need a way to keep people in place. And when you look at the Enchanters and the Jakiro, they will build into a 4-stab, but until they do, inside of the cogs, they're just dead.
Yeah. And also gonna be the Zeus. Okay. So more burst damage to take down the Enchantress goes well against the Dragon Knight as well. Again, just being able to throw out the burst, the magic damage, ignoring the Dragon's Blood. Obviously, once the BKBs start to come out, it's going to have a little bit of a harder time. But this Zeus, it's something a little bit different. Are you assuming this is going to be the... Yeah, it's going to be the mid lane.
Catch.
Yeah.
There's no catch. You have to get something that's going to catch him now, right? So an Ember comes to mind as a possibility for them, but they're gonna go for the Pango. Okay, that is again not a hero that instantly jumps on the Zeus. If the hero, the Zeus, gets a chance to just move a little bit away, that is gonna be a problem. So I'm kind of surprised that Navi went for something that cannot constantly chase, right? Or maybe catch from afar. Sleight of Fist chains, you cannot jump away from that one because to use the Heavenly Jump properly, you have to be moving. You jump and you're moving in. If you're in place and you use it, then you jump in place, right? And
I've done that a few times. Yeah.
It means that that's going to be a problem against the Jakiro, you know, if there was a route or something along those lines. So I'm not the biggest fan of what Navi just went for.
Do you think then that they might be relying on the Dragon Knight to engage, so not going for the Meteor Hammer, just straight into that Blink Dagger and looking to get him active around the map? You know, look to get the jump onto like the Zeus and the Prophet?
Meteor Hammer, because you are the only one that is pushing early on, and usually we're seeing the Dragon Knights be a little bit more greedy with the Meteor Hammer. You're potentially somewhat, then you can get the Blink Dagger at AD as well. Considering that the Pango is going to be moving quite a lot around the map, I would like to see a Meteor Hammer. It's going to help later on in terms of pushing out the wave.
Okay, and we'll see what he wants to actually build into there as well. So, looking at it, HellRaisers is more than likely looking for the offlaner, as we see the Centaur ban coming out here from Navi. Meanwhile, on the side of Navi, looking for potentially the carry, unless they do want to copy HellRaisers and run that Dragon Knight 1. But if you're Navi now, again, you talked about the Ursa, you know, anything that builds up Battle Fury, the Phase Boots as well. The Ursa is going to be banned out, the Spectre there as well. So what's actually left here for Navi to pick up for Shigetsu?
He still has to see the offlaner of HellRaisers, so I don't think he's gonna be making a decision before that happens, but not a lot, right? Monk is one that could be good depending on who you're playing against. Let's say if a Tide Hunter comes out right now, though it's not the best one, but let's say it does, Monkey King is good. You probably want a fat frontliner, and that is where a Monkey King could come into play. They will ban out the Tide though, so he's gonna be out of the picture. But yeah, Navi, I could see them getting that if I'm thinking right now, but we still need to see which hero HellRaisers are actually gonna go for.
I wouldn't mind the Primal Beast. It's not banned, right? Because we're seeing a lot of the Primal Beast being banned, but I wouldn't mind the Primal Beast here. Follows it with the Clockwork. When the Clockwork hook shot's in, you've got that Onslaught to follow up. A decent amount of lockdown, something like the Pango here. You know, you get that Pulverize off on the Pango before he gets the Rolling Thunder going. They
haven't played it, though. They haven't played a lot of it, right?
Have they not?
I don't see any beast for Razors, so that's why I'm a little bit skeptical that they're gonna do it. Usually they would
Okay.
go for like an Enigma like an Beastmaster, but they're probably looking at this Enchantress and thinking that they don't want to do it. Though I wouldn't be surprised even if against that they'd be like, who cares, legit, and we're gonna have the lane, then we're gonna be a nuisance later on. But as you mentioned, little friends there could come in handy, really.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that with the Nature's Prophet already on the board. You know, that's a hell of a lot of like minion creeps to throw at somebody if that little friends does come out. You know, if you go for that Lycan or something like that.
It is tough. It is tough to say, right?
Mhm.
I would like a blink stun hero that is somewhat tanky. That's why they did take out the Centaur and the Tide, but they're gonna go for the Enigma, so they're gonna stay in their comfort zone, which is fine, right? There's no reason to risk it, and I still Monkey here does sound pretty decent for Navi. Is there
Yeah.
anything else?
Mm.
10 seconds.
I'm just trying to, I mean, you've got the Enigma again, likes to go towards from
5 seconds
even the last
remaining.
patch, you know, he wants to go towards those Greaves, it seems like. The Blink BKB isn't really a big starter set for the Enigma in terms of items. And I'm just thinking that, you know, you've got the Dragon Tail and the Dragon Form, you've got Jakiro that can come along with the Ice Path to stop that, the Black Hole as well. It's a good push hero, you know, there's a lot of control, but
Okay.
if they go for the Alk,
Okay, that is left out of Shigetsu's heroes, right? Has he played it in this particular tournament? The Alchemist has been really bad as a hero. Doesn't look good. I think it's
Yeah.
0 and 5 or something along those lines. Let me just check that one.
yeah, he
0
played
and
it.
4.
He
0
played it
and 4.
against Team Spirit in the second game, and he lost in 34 minutes.
Yeah, it's easy hero kind of punish, right? You
Yeah.
have two pushing heroes on the side of HellRaisers. I mean, it's fine. I think this is probably the best way to play it if you're really gunning for the victory against HellRaisers, because you're gonna lose. But Alchemist is this kind of a hero that can change the game in ways that can be unforeseen for your enemies. You can get too strong too fast, and then prizes. But also, what Navi has a problem on there is that they're very lacking in the damage department. If their supports die early on, they can't do much, right? So
Yeah.
I'm scared for them in that way, that even if the Alchemist gets ahead, even if he's allowed to farm quite a lot, that they're gonna have troubles killing even these squishy heroes on the side of HellRaisers.
Yeah, like you say, the Alchemist 0, what do you say, 0.5 was it in the tour so far? I get
4.
0.4. Okay. I mean, I get the idea behind it that, you know, the Radiance buildup is a lot easier now as well with the cost being reduced, but it does seem to be a little bit of a trap that teams fall into, thinking, oh, okay, it's going to be a good hero, but if you do, like you say, if you can't buy that time to fight 4v5 or 4v4, while the Alchemist is building up, you know, because he does need that early momentum. It's not like you've got that. He can get involved in the fights, but it just seems like the Alchemist, you know, that the timing window, it's still not there. And at least in the Eastern European region, this hero, it's not impressed me so far.
Yeah, definitely not. And I'm more and more thinking that maybe the Alchemists should go for a Battle Fury rather than even with the changes.
Yeah, guys, before we get into it, we're going to take a quick word from our sponsors over at EGB. We'll see you after this short break.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system, welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
So, welcome back as we get into this first game of the first series of the day. We'll see here, it's all smiles on the faces of HellRaisers and Navi looking a little bit more serious.
They're not looking good. They need the victory either in this series or the next one. And here they're playing against all odds, so they need to be serious. They need to be focused. They need to be thinking. Even if they lose, they need to get something out of it.
Yeah, speaking of the odds, you know, we're going to see here that HellRaisers, you know, going to be the favorites. Navi, it's a little bit longer odds than we're used to seeing here. Yeah, HellRaisers, EGB, like everybody, I think, backing them as the favorites coming into this first match at least.
Hopefully, the observer will be showing us the the Jakiro a little bit more, because this set, I don't know if you have noticed just how buff he is. I don't know how he can even fly with those arms that he is sporting. That is, people in the chat probably know which set it is, but it is way too buff.
Yeah, it's actually, I've never seen that, the body of that before. Well, I don't really see many Jakiros, you know, it's only just come back into meta, I guess you call it, and we don't see them down in 2K bracket anyway. As there is going to be some damage coming out into Daniel. Daniel can get himself away from this one. The dual breath will be coming through. There's going to be the battery assault now as well. Onto the Enchantress. Enchantress is going to be having to use that Fairy Fire. Chase down as well. Solo, the damage, it might be there onto Daniel with this lightning bouncing through from the Zeus. And Solo will be able to pick up the first blood here. Maldi, the body block's coming through now as well, but it looks like Kiyotaka going to back himself away from this one. So Maldi, he can count his lucky stars and just flap himself away from that.
Yo, did you see those muscles? There's no way that he's chasing on that one. Kiyotaka being a little bit greedy with the arc lighting, not skilling it up immediately, almost caused him the kill and definitely caused him the first blood. So it was Solo that got it. I feel like he could have went for it earlier. Yes, it would have cost him a little bit more in terms of mana, but you would already have your bottle. So that's a little bit weird coming out from him.
Yeah, and I suppose he got the assist on that as well, and I think the rest of the heroes have started to walk away, so he did get, well, he got some XP from it, already getting towards that level 2. On the bottom lane now, we can see that Ansar's going to be able to get some de-wadding going here as well. Just looking to block that camp but with his own body, as the Jakiro here, Yamadi, does he actually try and do the same with that de-ward coming out? It doesn't look like it, but the bombs, they will be dropped, and Maladi's going to take some harass from this, and those level 1 bombs, they don't do the most damage, but they do stack up over time, so you do have to watch them when they're being dropped, and we'll see if Mero's going to be able to help. I mean, because what can you do, right? You throw maybe the Malefice over the top of it as well for the chase down damage, but with those Eidolons, the damage really will start to stack up, so those two slows, the slow and the stun, you really do have to be careful here if you're on that safe lane from Navi.
If you're a techies, you don't really care about killing. You care about being super annoying. That's what your hero does. You have such a huge range, and the right clicks are your main weapon. Sticky bombs, they're a nice addition to the damage and something that's going to be scaring the opponents into possibly dying if they get too close to you. But other than that, you're just right clicking here.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that, you know, the sticky bombs are nice to get heroes low, and then it keeps them in that blast off range. So, you know, it burns through a lot of the regen as well. We'll see here Jakiro trying to chase down into Antares, though. Antares maybe tries to get himself away. Only at level 1, or level 1.5 here. Maldi, level 2. So he's going to be coming in with the liquid fire. The bombs carry on getting dropped here, though. Antares trying to play it away. And Maldi not going to chase as top lane. Ramses is going to be taking a couple of shots from Daniel on this Enchantress, but the cogs come out. Ramses is he going to be able to do the damage here now as well as the cogs bounce away Daniel. It looks like Solo just trying to get that harass out, but has to watch out for these impetus shots coming in from Ench.
So on the bottom lane, the idea of the techies was just block the camp, make sure that the pulls are not coming through. That's what you're doing to make sure that your Enigma has a good time. On the top lane, well, it's very hard for Clockwork and a Nature's Prophet to do much against the Dragon Knight. So this is definitely going to be a free lane for Malik, and it's coming out quite nicely for him, considering that he's going to get that Meteor Hammer, and we talked about the urgency of him getting his Blink Dagger. This is actually good, looking quite good for Navi.
Yeah, and once he gets that Meteor Hammer up, you know, the Treants, it's going to be a little bit harder for them to be effective in the lane. Obviously, you've got the micro to come out. It's not just like the creeps bottom lane, though. The chase onto Mero. Mero going to get himself away from this one, being dragged back here by that invisible. It might actually be the Jakiro. It is. Maldi goes down. Antares with the blast off, like you say, keeping him in kill range, and it does eventually pay off once Antares hits that level 2. And Shigetsu just has to, being that melee hero up against 2 ranged heroes, going to be a little bit harder for him here until that Jakiro's back in the lane.
Definitely. He did buy the chainmail and the Ring of Protection, understanding that the right clicks are going to be super annoying from both the techies and the Eidolons. So Shigetsu's not going to be taking all that much damage, considering that he's close to 10 armor.
Yeah, and top lane, again, the damage coming through here. We see the Dragon Knight not opting for anything in the drag. This seems to be where the builds evolved to now. Because earlier on, you know, it was all about getting that early Meteor Hammer, as Daniel, he's going to be checked. I mean, Solo might actually be the one to go down here now as well. The cogs do get dropped. With Daniel inside those cogs, going to be able to break away out here, maybe inviting Malik in, but Daniel, he's going to get pretty darn low. TP coming in from Ramses now as well. Can he get the kill onto the Enchantress? Enchantress trying to prance himself away from the danger, but one more right click, the body blocks from Malik, and Daniel will be able to get out there.
you're not really... You're probably not going to be getting kills on the top lane, even though you're getting close until your Zeus hits level 6. So that's what they're hoping for Kiyotaka to contribute a little bit in damage. And, you know, he's going to have it pretty much the same time as Melojul does.
Yeah, and we'll see how that global presence is going to play out for the Zeus. Here, top lane, Ramses, though.
Got him.
Kill into the Dragon Knight, the Sprout comes out, and Daniel, well, immediately, Hurry, my analyst, is proved wrong as 2 kills come out on the top lane. And they did that out of spite, you know? They were
Yeah,
like,
I really didn't expect that to happen at all. I'm actually baffled that it did go that way. Melojul is gonna baffle me again, given that he solo kills the Zeus. But to be honest, Kiyotaka did go slightly more aggressive than he should have. But on the top lane, I didn't expect that to go that way, because the Enchantress can take one treant, right? That's gonna be decreasing the damage of the Clockwork by quite a lot, but solo constantly staying on them, and with the right clicks they do manage to bring both of them down.
Yeah, and like you said, Kiyotaka maybe getting a little bit aggressive, potentially looking to get that 6 a little bit quicker though, because you can see how close he is, and it does end up costing him his life in the lane.
Solo already now has the Tranquil boost. This is big for a Clockwork, because Clockwork, what you want to do is you want to go in, take a beating, go out, heal up, right? That's what the hero does. The Tranquil Boot so early on, they're gonna allow you to do so. Solo really played that lane well, and I mean, getting the kill was just something I didn't expect, but it's definitely gonna be beneficial for them.
Does, with the regen boots coming out for the Clockwork, is it a Boots of Burn build here for the Clockwork, your extra chase down, adds to the attack speed of Ramses as well? Is that something that you expect to come out for the Clock?
I mean, if he's having an amazing game, yes, but overall, what I would expect from the Clock here is like a Glimmer Force, because those are definitely going to be nice against the Jakiro.
Okay, we'll see. The Dragon's Tail does come out now. Daniel's going to get low, and Ramses, he's going to be able to pick it up this time. Well, it's the big Acorn chasing down. But yeah, going to be able to sprout that one up, and the little treants might be able to deal with it here too before it fades away. But Acorn shot comes on to Ramses. Breathe Fire. It doesn't connect. Bottom lane. We'll see. Shigetsu, he's having a decent time with the farm. Sitting second in the net worth, you know, starting to stack up those last hits as well. And it is through the Radiance build, it looks like, for the Alchemist. As the Blastoff comes in, the silence now as well. The rotation from Kiyotaka should be able to get the kill onto the Jakiro. And Mero just looking to back himself away. Even the techies there, going to be able to survive through that.
Usually the Zeus want to rotate so as to not use the Thunder God's Wrath, given that it uses up so much mana. But he does have a regen, so pretty much he's calling out, guys, make something happen. I want to use my ulti, because then you're gonna get all of your mana back. Usually you want to keep that one up. 300 mana for the Thunder God's Wrath pretty much makes it impossible for you to continue playing.
Yeah, and you can see here he is going to pop that away from the Jakiro here as well, so it won't be cancelled off. Just using it to farm in the lane. Malik here has got the Meteor Hammer. It will connect onto the Clockwork now as well. And Solo, can he get himself away from this one? The damage is starting to stack up. The chase down, but Daniel will get the kill.
Aztecs are just not gonna be good enough. And Melojul was the one rotating towards the top lane as well. He went through the enemy jungle, knowing that it is very hard for him to kill him. Okay, they're diving Shigetsu, so they get the kill.
Yeah, the Black Hole does come out there. It sets up for the kill. We'll see how many we do actually get throughout the game. And yeah, Mero, they know that with Jakiro playing into the mid lane, they've got these wards down as well. They knew it was a free, if they could land the Black Hole on the Alchemist, it was a free kill, because it would have been nothing to cancel it off with Malady not being in the lane. And they take full advantage of that here.
Still, it's pretty nice for Navi, right? They're gonna protect the bottom lane still quite easily without the Black Hole. Pushing that one down is a problem. You're up against the Nature's Prophet if you're Navi. You're expecting your towers to start falling, but that's not gonna be the case. It is gonna be Navi that takes the tower first, despite a couple of deaths on the top, and they're the ones that are gonna slow down the game right now so that HellRaisers cannot open up the map, and that actually benefits you. You have an Alchemist. You're gonna be happy with that.
Yeah, but I suppose on the other hand, you know, you are coming up against this Nature's Prophet that's going for the Hand of Midas. And I'm pretty sure we've seen a Hand of Midas Prophet outscaling your Ramses, going back to the old classics. Actually keep pace with an Alchemist. Speaking of keeping pace, it looks like Malady, he's going to go down as the Zeus does keep pace with him. Finds that pick off, even going to be able to find one of the camps here now as well.
You're right. Ramses, even when he was playing for Dark Side, he would play against Alchemist. The Jugger was pretty popular back then, and he would not care, right? He would literally show people how it is done, how you play against the Alchemist. You get a Midas, and you just outscale him. You are the ones that delay the game. So Dota has become weird and different than what we're used to like 3 years ago, right? And then Alchemists, you just let them farm and you still win.
The stable concoction does come out from the Alchemist here. On to Mero, but Maldi, he's going to be one that's getting low. Is there going to be the blast off in? Yes, there is. And that ice path doesn't connect until Antares does land. So, Antares, it's going to be an unstable concoction. She gets through, though, should be able to get the kill. Techies, one more right click. Anything. He's going to have the unstable concoction. Surely the chase down. He gets this kill, right? No way he gets away. No. They're going to be able to bait this one. Turn it around. The Sprout comes in from Ramses. Mero now as well. The Malefice, the body block from the tree, and Shigetsu. He's got that the chemical rage, so he won't go down, but he won't get the kill either.
Top lane Solo is taking some damage, but he will be fine as well. So in the end, nobody dies other than that Jakiro at the start of the engagement on the bottom lane. And the second I saw the Alchemist didn't actually get on top of the techies with the phase boots, it was over. You're not getting in with the right click, and you might be going too deep in the end. Luckily for both sides, no one dies.
Well, apart from the Jakiro. Supports, who needs them really? As the mid lane Kiyotaka is going to get gone on, there's going to be a drag back here from the Wild Wing Ripper, and it sets up for Melduel to be able to secure that kill. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, that tier 1 tower should go down, and yeah, Marty not going to be able to get the deny here now as well. Ice Path into the unstable concoction. Mero, can he get himself away from this one? It will fly out, but it looks like Shigetsu gives up the ghost. Just going to go back with the acid spray here, trying to farm those Eidolons.
At least they did manage to take the tower down. And you can see that Ramses really didn't want to have anything to do with it. He's in farming mode. I'm outscaling the Alchemist, guys. That's what we're doing in this game. And let's see how it works out. It has worked out well 4 out of 4 times against an Alchemist in the Eastern European DPC Division 1. So it seems like they feel confident. And considering, you know, the stats, I think is the right way to go. And Solo, well, he's going in on Malik.
Yeah, the hook shot comes in, connects onto the Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight not even going to be able to turn this one around. The Thunder God's Wrath will be used, but it looks like Enchantress will be able to get himself away from this one. Will lose the tomato. One more right click to come out from Ramses. It's okay. No, the trains will pick it up. But yeah, Shigetsu, while this is going on, will be farming here in the bottom part of the map. Kiyotaka, what's he looking for? It looks like it's going to be the Kaya coming out for the Zeus. Do you expect...
I think it's going to be an E-Blade, right?
Yeah.
Because when you look at Navi, it's going to be some time until they have their BKBs. And imagine an E-Blade Zeus plus the techies. There isn't a hero on the side of Navi that's going to survive that.
True, true. Do you think he goes for the shot first, or is it just straight into the E-Blade?
It depends now. The next 2 minutes are going to be crucial, right? If things start going slow, we could see a shard. But I think people have mostly gone for the E-Blade instantly when they go for the Kaya, if that's the kind of build they want.
Yeah. Oh, Mero going to be chased down now. The dual breath has come through the black hole. Doesn't actually connect onto Malady. So it looks like they are going to be able to get the kill onto the Enigma there. And Mero goes down. Gets punished for being out of position.
Oh, but Solo doesn't want to let it go.
No way. No way he gets this. Surely the chase down comes out. Yeah, he's already used that hook. So it's on cooldown. Not going to be able to get himself on top of Melduel once again. And
Kiyotaka is chasing.
Oh, does he actually get the kill though? He doesn't have the ultimate either.
There's that ward in the river that saw him walk up the high ground, and he is now asking himself, how did he know? Why did he go back? And he can't get the answer now. Even if he does get it, the ward is pretty much going to expire in 30 seconds.
Yeah, while this is going on, you see the Welding Ripper coming through. Antares will be able to take it down though, with the just using the mines. Antares grouping up, maybe getting themselves towards the Dragon Knight as he does back himself away here, already getting back towards that tier 1 tower.
I think I lost you there for a second, Rob. Is everything okay?
Are we back? Am I back? Am I here?
Yeah, you're here.
Oh, weird.
But we did hear the point in the end. But every single time I see an Alchemist, I'm hoping for a fast game. Like, people are going to be invading the jungle like this, like jumping on the Zeus like this. So at least this is somewhat faster. But yeah, nobody cares about the Alchemist's farming. It seems like Greevil's Greed is just not what it used to be.
No, it's really not adding up. They might be able to get something out of this though now as well. They jump in from the hook shot, they take down Malik, and are they going to be able to get even more out of this? Ice
Rams
Party
is
looks like they
coming.
might be able to get the kill into the techies, but Danielle, they want to go for solo here, might be able to get both supports. Meljul comes right back in with the swashbuckle and finds that kill. Good fight there. They only lost the Dragon Knight, but they took down the tier 1 tower and picked up 3 heroes. Well, that's the kind of fight that Navi need to be able to get them some momentum going here in this game number 1.
Even with that one, they're winning fights, they're getting kills, they have an alchemist, and they are not leading that much in net worth. So this goes to show how the Greevil's Greed is just not that strong. You know, I think it used to be 46 gold sorry, 36 gold when it's maxed out, and now it's 24. It's really a huge difference.
Yeah, it is a big swing there on every creep. He does have the Radiance out, though, going towards that BKB, so he might be looking to fight earlier than, later here, Shigetsu. Maybe knowing that if Ramses does get that free farm as well, it is going to be a lot harder to fight into, so Navi potentially looking to get aggressive. Speaking about getting aggressive here, the Cogs, the hook shot comes in onto Daniel. Can he get himself away from this one? He absolutely cannot, and Kiyotaka will roast him here with a lightning bolt.
Ramses on the bottom lane is in trouble as well. He is taking down. Help is on the way.
Yeah, Mero comes in. The Ice Path will connect them. They might be able to turn this around on the turnaround here.
Reed.
And Ramses, can he get himself away from this one? He will go down. And now the Macropire will be dropped. They've got the Piggy Pole, though, onto Mero. Mero will be able to go wee all the way back to his tier 1 tower.
Yeah, roast pork almost there. But yeah, you get the Guardian Greaves, and you feel like he's all alone there, and you can go forward. And the false sense of security was given by this ward that they have in the enemy jungle. So they have that ward. The Jakiro didn't really go over it, and he still made there in time. So that's what killed Ramses in the end. Malik, well, they're gonna try to kill him on the bottom lane.
They get the kill as well, but in the mid lane, Kiyotaka is going to go down. The Ice Path now connects onto 2. Meljul, the Thunder God's Wrath comes out, and Kiyotaka is going to be able to get himself out alive, so turning this one around here. They do get the kill onto the 2 heroes on the side of Navi. 3 if you include Malik on the Dragon Knight, so good couple of kills there from HellRaisers. And while this is going on, though, Shigetsu is just finding the free farm. Hook shot comes through across the river, and Daniel, it looks like he might just go down here to solo. Yeah, there might even be the rotation coming through from Kiyotaka to get that kill.
Oh, 4 heroes dead just like that. You can see what HellRaisers were trying to do for the entirety of this game. So they are not forcing fights. They are trying to bait Navi into coming in 1-for-1 and using their mobility and their global presence to kill them. So the second that the Zeus actually survives the attempt on his life and uses all of his spells, they turn everything around there with Zeus ulti, with the Wrath of Nature, and everybody on Navi just dies. And of course, HellRaisers, they have a solid chase potential as well with the Clockwork and the Techies if they haven't used their spells previously. Also, we talked about the Zeus and the E-Blade, but he did go back to the Kaya and Sange. This is something that we saw from Laurel so much when he joined Team Spirit, so Kiyotaka just wants to go deep into the fight and wants to be able to survive if he's the one that is engaged on. I think this is actually the right choice in the game.
Yeah, this is the older build as well. I say older, what, 3 or 4 months? It makes it sound like I'm going back years, but it is one of the older builds. You go for that, like you said, the Sanjin card comes out, the Shard comes out, you go with Bloodstone and then into the Ags, and you just have a lot of burst damage and a lot of regen coming through.
You're literally playing Lesh, right? You jump in, or they jump in on you, you pop the Bloodstone, you use your ulti and you're full. And then you're waiting for your teammates to respond. And considering you have an Enigma, you have a Techies, your potential to turn things around is actually quite high.
And the global presence of Ramses as well, and the Prophet that, even if the Zeus does get jumped, you've got an instant backup no matter where you are on the map. So, yeah, like you say, it is just, it buys some time. Speaking of, well, yeah, Ramses, he's going to go down here. The Dual Breath comes through, the Stable Concoction, and they get the kill onto Ramses. No wards for protection there, it doesn't look like, with the smoke coming through. And once it breaks, Ramses still had no idea because of those trees blocking the line of sight.
Look at Antares just going for these solo kills, but I don't think he's getting out of this one alive.
No, maybe not.
Is he?
It does come through, though. He might be able to get the kill. They will be able to get the kill to Shigetsu. Antares goes down here. Meljul, is he going to be able to get himself away? There is no Blink Dagger on Mero just yet, but Kiyotaka comes in. Should still be able to get the kill onto Maldi, even with the Ice Path coming through. The stun, it's not going to be enough, and Kiyotaka hits that mega kill streak there.
a lot of players would be greedy there in Kiyotaka's situation. They'd be like, I'm gonna try to kill the Pango. But he just lets it go. He understands there's very low chances that I'm getting this hero down. Just get what you can and go for the push. And considering that the Nature's Prophet is already back to life, the mid lane tower is gone.
Yeah, and we'll see, again, taking down 3 heroes on the side of HellRaisers. Okay, they do lose Ramses, but the buying time now, after he goes down with that fight, you know, picking up heroes. And like you say, Navi maybe just being baited into overextending a little bit here. You see the odds have not really changed, you know, and you see, HellRaisers, like you say, they've even got the net worth lead coming in through, even with this Alchemist being on the field.
I'm actually surprised that Shigetsu forced out the fight so much. Usually we see the Alchemists go for engagements once they have a Blink Dagger. That is the fighting item. The BKB is a farming item with which you're standing in an area, and then if they commit to you, you pop the BKB, you turn around, and you crush them. But Navi went for this aggressive approach. Yeah, you got 1 kill, but then they thought they were gonna get so much more, and of course, well, they got punished.
Yeah, it was a great black hole to come out, and no way to cancel that one off. So, yeah, like you say, they just maybe went a little bit too far. And like you say, they're not having the blink on the Alchemist, not even be able to get off that BKB there as well. It will cost him his life. He's not going to be too far away from that blink dagger, but in the same vein, you know, he's only going to be about 2,000 gold above the Ramses Nature's Prophet. And when you've got that Alchemist, you know, at this point in the game, 20 minutes in, you want to be seeing him like 5, 6, 7k net worth lead ahead. But Nature's Prophet, with this early hand of Midas, going into the Maelstrom as well, you know, it does really stack up the farm. We'll see the blast off in the top lane now as well. Did he get the kill? Because there's going to be the Ice Path, maybe a bit of bait here, but the Melduel will still go down, and it might only cost him, though. Ramses, he TP's into this, and it's going to cost him his life. And Antares, he's going to go down as just that little bit of a Brucey bonus. Kiyotaka, though, gets the kill onto Malady with the Thunder God's Wrath. So, a 2 for 2. But that was a good setup for the Techies, just to get the quick jump and kill there onto the Pangolier.
It's beautiful, actually, right? It was 5 heroes from Navi there. There was a good chance that none of them were there. If you look at the mid lane and the bottom lane, everything is pushing in towards Navi. So now they have to deal with that one. In the end, once HellRaisers, once their heroes are back up, they're the ones that are going to be allowed to make a move. And Navi are going to have to be dealing with the sideways to do anything, right? But, of course, that could have been executed a little bit better if he did use the BKB on the Nature's Prophet. But the response from Navi, at least that was good.
Oh, Shigetsu, his BKB gets forced out here now as well. Solo, though, could come in with a hookshot if it's on cooldown in the next couple of seconds. No, there's still a really long... In fact, Clockwork, it looks like he used it and maybe got blocked.
Yeah, he got blocked by the Enchantress creep.
No.
He couldn't get in with the hook shot, but it doesn't matter. This is what I was talking about. You do lose 2 heroes on the top lane, you gain 2, but you outpush the waves, and then you're the ones that are making the moves, which in the end forces the Alchemist to use the BKB and allows you to continue with the aggression, which is why HellRaisers are going for a smoke.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get a jump onto the Enchantress in the mid lane, and that mine, but doesn't actually get the kill here onto the Enchantress. Enchantress, can he get himself away? Midnight Pulse, it's not going to be doing the damage, right? Surely. No, it does, and Ramses gets the TP and gets the kill now. He might be able to take down Mero. He goes down in return, but they're going to be losing 2 already. Both supports have gone. Malik might be able to turn this one around. With the Alchemist rotating in now, he might get the kill. He will. He's going to be able to take down Ramses. Antares goes down on the back line. Melody will get himself a double kill. Might even be able to make it a triple here. Solo, he's going to be out of mana. The unstable concoction comes in. Melody picks up the triple.
The mid lane is the place where Navi want to fight because it's the lane that they can get to the fastest, right? In the side lanes, if there's an engagement and you're not immediately there, you'll die. So, but still, HellRaisers, there's so many things they didn't get in that fight. Mainly BKB on the Nature's Prophet, and of course the Guardian Greaves of the Enigma. If he gets the Guardian Greaves off, maybe a black hole comes out. Kiyotaka is doing an unfair amount of damage. Poor Melojul, he was just out pushing the wave. You're just forced to go for plays like that because you want to set up for future fights, and then you just die. He was 70% HP and easily got ran down.
Yeah, Kiyotaka just jumps in there with the Heavenly Jump and bursts him down. Lightning bolts, Arc Lightning, and Melduel, he gets a Diffusal Blade off to slow down Kiyotaka. Thinks, right now, I'm safe, you know, wiping his brow off like, phew, I'm away. And then all of a sudden, the Zeus calls down the wrath of the Thunder God and claims the kill. And Melduel, there was nowhere for him to hide.
Right now, the time for Navi's triple BKB is coming out, right? So, HellRaisers are gonna put even more emphasis into these side lane plays, right? Maybe even more so than before, because they did try to go for the mid lane a couple of times. Sometimes it works. Most of the times it's mostly gonna cost you if you don't do everything perfectly. So right now it's time for HellRaisers to just split up everything. Navi, it wouldn't surprise me if with their items they would just walk into the pit. That might be the best way before Miero gets his BKB.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, it looks like the side of HellRaisers, at least a couple of them grouping up here. Kiyotaka, though, just looking for the farm, and it is going to be... It looks like the BKB on the Zeus here before going back. Maybe potentially, you know, he doesn't get that Ags out straight away, but yeah, no, it looks like Zeus, he wants to get involved. He wants to be going towards that BKB, and he's already going to be about halfway towards it. So, Ramses, how's he looking? He's got his own BKB. Mloney comes out as well here for the Nature's Prophet. It's going to be big in the fights, but... Who do you then... I suppose you drop the... I even forget what it's called. The static... the chain lightning... Yeah, static charge. Drop that onto Solo maybe and let him jump in with a hook shot.
Oh, yeah, I guess you do. But that's... It shouldn't change the fight. What is going to be changing the fight is that BKB and Zeus. I really like this because the idea is to survive for as long as your enemies have the BKBs. And once the BKBs of Navi are gone, well, good luck. You have to run away from Kiyotaka. You have 2 strength heroes against this shard. It will hurt.
Yeah, and we saw there as well, Navi going for a smoke play, but the mines were down in the dire jungle. They were popping left, right, and center there as Navi were walking in. And all of a sudden, you know, you see HellRaisers, they just move away from that part of the map because they know that there's someone there. They can't quite see them, but with these mines blowing up, you know there's someone there, and it is an early warning system that doesn't even cost the life of the support to be able to use as well.
It does not, and there it is. They're walking into the pit with the triple BKB. I really like this. Before Miero has his BKB, it's a big deal. And during the duration of this Aegis, you're gonna get the Bastion on the Pangos. You're gonna have to wait to deal with that one.
Yeah, Thundergod's Wrath comes out. Shigetsu is going to get low. Pops his own BKB. Anzarski jumps in. Who's picked up by Aegis? Is it still on the deck? No. Shigetsu will be able to pick it up there. It was a great attempt. And maybe if there was a quicker fingers, a more empty slot, he would have been able to steal that one away. But they didn't get quite anything. It only cost them the 2 supports. You know, so it is a play worth making there because the supports will be back up in no time. Getting cheeky with it. But Navi, they were still able to claim both the Roshan and the Aegis.
I'm surprised that HellRaisers went for that one. Of course, if it works out, it's great. But remember how Team Spirit would always set up really well for once the Roche falls, that they do something else on the map. I expected HellRaisers to go for a play like that. This was a, you know, low-risk play, but very low chances of working out. Kiyotaka, no way he's surviving this.
He's going to pop that Bloodstone. The Black Hole comes out now as well. They're going to jump out to 2 of them. Shigetsu is going to go down. That's going to be Aegis being popped. And with the setup coming through the cogs, they've got Treant in there. They've got everything to get him up. But he's going to go away for the blink. Hookshot comes through from Solo. He gets the catch onto the Alchemist once again. The blast off comes in. And that's going to be the 2 lives of the Alchemist going bye-bye.
Okay, I take it back. That jumping into the pit, it was actually a setup for this fight right now because the Alchemist didn't have a BKB, and that's the main reason why this could work out so well. If the Alchemist has a BKB, I don't think the Zeus survives there. He doesn't get the heals off with the Bloodstone, and he doesn't get the jump away.
Yeah, you see HellRaisers tipping Kiyotaka there as well. He was like, great bait, mate. Well done, dragging those 2 heroes in. The Black Hole was perfectly landed there as well, because either one of those heroes, if they're outside of it, they throw in one of the stuns, and all of a sudden, you know, Navi, they might get both of those heroes out alive.
That was just beautifully done by Miero. Zeus, he is now like the tankiest hero on the map. He has 3k HP. He has 6k HP because he's gonna be healing back up to full. We just saw how much he heals from just 1 spell.
Yeah, and like you say, with that BK being out now, Zeus, it is going to be real hard to bring this hero down. You know, even if you do get close, like you say, he pops that Bloodstone, and the heroes engaged and only have the BKB. Thunder God's Wrath, you pick up a couple of, you pick up the damage across the map here. So he's even got himself a regen rune as well, this Zeus. So this is going to be so hard to take the hero down. Going towards the Boots of Travel, wants that global presence, maybe with Ramses, who just continues to farm at the minute. And again, keeping pace with the Alchemist fairly well. But the Dragon Tail comes out, the Force Staff's going to be there now as well. Do they get the jump
He's
on?
okay.
Kiyotaka, can he get himself away yet? The Heavenly Jump comes out, and again, he's still got that Bloodstone. They get the kill onto the Clockwork, giving his life up to save his, his mid laner, his carry here, and Zeus will be out and will be fine. Didn't want to turn that one around, though. Had his entire kit if he wanted to. But it just looks like they're going to give it up for now.
They can go now on HellRaisers. Look at the side lanes. The thing is, Navi, they're trying to play around this mid lane. They have this deep ward. It is still not going to be found by the Zeus, but he knows it's somewhere there. And they're trying to force those fights in that area. But unfortunately for them, the Zeus is a little bit too tanky, and his teammates were in the vicinity. Because HellRaisers, they didn't expect the enemy so fast, but they expected them either way, considering that no one was dealing with the side waves.
Yeah, and Daniel's gonna be the one that gets chased down here. The techies jump in, the mines are on the deck. Hex come, no, it's the piggy pull. Still thinking, I mean, 29 minutes, didn't think it was a Hex, but the Sprout's gonna be here now as well. The right clicks from Ramses. Ramses, can he get the kill? Daniel, gonna be able to get himself away. The 3 points into the Nature's Attendants, the pipe protection there as well as the Fluffy Hat and Enchantress. He's gonna be alright, gets himself out of this. Kiyotaka though, looking for Shigetsu. Shigetsu has to pop his Chemical Rage now. Unstable Concoction comes out, but the BKB from Kiyotaka. He's looking for the chase down. Is he gonna be able to get the kill? The Ice Path, it doesn't really matter because of the BKB on the Zeus, and now they get the kill onto the Alchemist. The chase down onto Daniel this time. The blast off comes through. They've got Kiyotaka close now as well. He should be able to get the kill, right? Right, the hook shot. Actually, Solo connects onto Antares. It might just be to catch up there with the rest of his team. They will get the kill onto Daniel. He goes down. But while this is happening, you've got your Dragonite split pushing and cutting this wave, taking the pressure away from this tier 2 tower in the bottom. So HellRaisers, they say, okay, and go straight to this tier 2 tower in the mid lane.
Kiyotaka has been setting up for a kill there for a very long time, and in the end, he finds an Alchemist. Again, the fight was just over, or like 40-50 seconds ago, and he didn't have his BKB. And one interesting thing, if the Enchantress wasn't in the vicinity, that was a solo kill. He didn't need anybody to finish off the Alchemist.
Yeah, no, it was a great chase down there from the Zeus, and like you say, I mean, so used to seeing the Zeus as being the one running away from heroes like the Alchemist when the Alchemist was popular, but the game's changed. The Zeus, he's a big tanky boy here. You wouldn't think it. Got a great amount of damage to throw through. Even the right clicks coming through now because of that shard are effective against the Alchemist, and that Chemical Rage really doesn't do anything against the burst of the Zeus.
Kiyotaka is a beast. This guy, I mean, we knew he was good in the previous tour.
Yeah.
But he has been surprising more and more. And if he continues with this route and this consistency, he's going to be one of the best players in the world. But it is just insane how well he's playing. Every single game, every single item, every single decision is on point. Sometimes he gets overly aggressive and makes a mistake, but that is what makes him so great, because in the future, he's going to learn what the problem is, how deep he can go, and he's going to get even better. He's not at his peak just yet.
No, and that's the thing as well, that you look at it really, to me, he's probably the best mid laner in the region at the minute.
Yeah, it does look that way, really. It really does.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not that much of a step up playing on the international. We'll see if, you know, obviously with the roster change, how well HellRaisers will do when they get themselves to the major. But yeah, the way they're playing around Kiyotaka, enabling him on the mid lane to be, like I say, being that true damage dealer, being the one that, you know, starts the fights and looks to get the damage off, burst down heroes quickly. You know, the synergy with the HellRaisers team, it is really showing up here in this tour number 2, and they're benefiting from it all the way through.
Okay, I think we should stop praising him right now, because then he will make a mistake, and that's gonna be it. So let's not. It's actually beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful watching him play overall. So let's continue that route. Navi, they still have chances of killing heroes, but we're coming to that point of the game where they're really lacking in on damage. They cannot kill the Zeus. You would say, oh, Zeus is gonna be weak and squishy. No, he has 3k HP. He is not gonna die.
Yeah, and he's even going to be going towards the Octarine core here as well, which is going to add to the tank. Speaking of adding to, well, it's not going to be the tank, because the Black Hole comes in now, and they've got the lockdown, they've got the damage, they should have the kill until Shigetsu, trying to get himself away, but the Zeus is close, trying to burst him down. The Heavenly Jump comes in for the slow, and the blast off there as well. Kiyotaka gets the kill once again, and he is just hunting heroes here in this game number 1. He is 12-3-7 on Kiyotaka, looking... You know, we've already been over it. He looks really good on this Zeus in this game number 1.
He was actually hiding in the trees. He didn't even attack the Alchemist right clicks. I'm not going to be doing all that much with the BKB being on. You can't do a lot. And he just moves himself away in a potential place where the Alchemist might run to. And he's waiting there, making sure that no one can come from that side to kill his teammates, but also making sure that if the Alchemist runs that way, which he did, that he's going to be there killing him. So very nicely done there.
Yeah, I think that's something, again, he's going to if he ever watches this cast back, this little segment, he's going to get a proper big head over this. But again, positioning wise on the Zeus, if you are looking to learn positioning on heroes like this Zeus, you just watch this match, you watch the replay on this, and just track where Kiyotaka is positioning himself to not only get the engagements, but like you say, play it safe when these fights are breaking out here. Oh, as we say that, the caster's curse will be effective. Kiyotaka, though, to get himself away from this one, to heavily jump up to the high ground. He's out of mana, but with the save from Mero, the BKB coming through as well, while that was happening, Ramses gets the kill onto Malik in the bottom lane, TPs himself into this, and might be able to go for even more. The damage coming through, the chase down onto the Enchantress, and now it's going to be the kill onto Malady. They take down 3 across the map, and Ramses involved in all of it.
Damage is just becoming apparent yet again.
Yeah.
Right? I think that even if they had 4 of their here, even if Shigetsu was with them, because Malik was he was dying on the bottom lane, obviously couldn't be there. But even if Shigetsu was there, you don't kill a Zeus. And it has come to a point in this game where HellRaisers, they can stand their ground in the mid lane. The second that comes, NAVI don't actually have a play because they are not winning a fight. They cannot win a fight if they cannot kill the Nature's Prophet or the Zeus at the start of the fight. Considering their HP and also Satanic on the Nature's Prophet, their ability to do so if the enemies are ready it's not really there.
Oh, look at that damage done there as well. The Zeus, I mean, everybody knows the Zeus can just put up burst knifes, but he's going to be sitting about 11k higher than the techies. And, all 3 of the top 3 heroes in that all belong to HellRaisers here. Going to be able to march himself right into this Roche pit. Gets a quick Roche, get that shard out now as well. And yeah, I mean, what can you really do if you're Navi? They're going to be looking to a smoke, but they're nowhere near this Roche pit. Not going to be able to capitalize on that little area as everyone tries to leave it. And again, and now look at the difference in net worth between the Nature's Prophet and the Alchemist. The Alchemist should be up there right at the tippy top of the net worth, but it's going to be the Nature's Prophet by about 5-6k gold above the Alchemist.
Nah, he's not even close. The way that you fight with Navi, you have to jump on either the Zeus or now you have to jump on the Zeus. Kill him with 4 heroes. That is not the Pango. Pango needs to wait for the black hole and use the Swordbuckle. That's your approach to the fight.
Well, the jump comes in. They get the kill onto Solo now as well. Solo's going to buy back into this. They might even be able to get the kill on Shigetsu. Shigetsu can't get himself outside of that Sprout. He just has to wait for his death. Here, Ramses does pick it up. And now they might even be able to go into Malik. But again, Solo coming onto this. He's got that big black dragon form, so he's going to be able to get himself away from the Sprout. Just fly himself out of here on the back line. So they get the jump onto Daniel, and he will go down. One more, the bomb, anything, the reveal. Thunderbolt gets the kill from Kiyotaka. Hook shot. They're connecting the base. They're going to be able to get the chase down now as well. The Dragon Knight, well, there's going to be the Black Hole now as well. It's going to be the Swashbuckler to come through. It's going to be the Ice Path. Malik has to pop that BKB. Rolling Thunder on the back lines now as well. But the BKB here from Mero. Mero's going to be able to walk himself away from this one. Melojul, Shigetsu buys back into this fight. Melojul, the Rolling Thunder will be wearing off now as well. Kiyotaka has used his BKB. He's still sitting on the front lines. Ice Path will connect. There's that follow-up from the Alchemist. Still concoction. Nothing going to be thrown into Kiyotaka. So Kiyotaka just going to be able to back himself away from this one.
No, they can't kill them. Now it's so apparent that nobody is gonna die. You could see the start of that fight. You could see that the Pango didn't want to engage, so Navi knew how they needed to approach the fight. They just don't have the strength. The difference in gold, the difference in strength is way too big at the moment.
Well, they might get the die back here on the Clockwork. What can they get? They take down Mero. Can they get more from this? Ramses will go down. That's going to be Aegis being popped. Kiyotaka not far away from that BKB being back up. Is he still going to be about 30 seconds here? So they get the kill onto Ramses. Even Antares going to go down. They're going to get a full 5-man wipe here. Navi, they're taking absolute hatred with Hurry's statement here. They wiped the entire team.
Very weird that HellRaisers did go deep there. They could have just stayed in the base with the Nature's Prophet in front and pushed, but they decided to dive. And yeah, well, it was probably a moment. Let's see if we can do it. Well, yeah, you have gotten your answer. I'm not sure if this changes things completely. I'm trying to look at the items of the Alchemist because he's the one that should be starting to do a bit more damage. Maybe with the Abyssal Blade, they're gonna have that potential to jump on a core. It's very important to jump on a core, Nature's Prophet or the Zeus, and kill them at the start of the fight. They did that to the Clockwork, but it's not good enough.
Well, it's going to open up at least a tier 2 tower in the mid lane with these creeps pushing in now as well. And nobody on the side of HellRaisers apart from Ramses has buyback as well. There is going to be the offlaner with Mero and Solo coming up fairly early on, but the Zeus still going to be down for 45 seconds here. So we'll see if Navi, it's just going to be tier 2 towers it looks like that they want to go for.
Smart approach. Push in all the lanes, make sure that you can make a play. This is very important. Alchemist has the Abyssal Blade, so he has a really good initiation. If he gets on top of someone, it's gonna be very, very tough to get them into a safe position. If you look at it, there's only one Force Staff on HellRaisers, and there is a ton of stuns on the side of NAVI. So now that the O lanes are pushed in, you could find that opening pickoff that might allow you to snowball on the potential that was given to you right now if you're NAVI.
Yeah, they are going to be using this little bit of momentum to get what they can. They can't take down this tier 2 tower on the bottom lane, back themselves away. And it looks like they are just playing this as 5. You know, they've already won one fight, but Shigetsu had to buy back for it. So if they do lose the Alchemist here, it could be really awkward in terms of trying to defend the base. So it looks like it's going to be at least one hero playing close to Shigetsu at all times, making sure that, you know, they've got a way to maybe get him out of these fights if he does get jumped on.
There is one thing that could change Navi's lack of damage, and that is the Aghanims of the Jakiro. It is coming, right? So it goes through BKB. If HellRaisers don't respect it, if they make a mistake staying inside of the Macropar a little bit too long, it could allow Navi to win a fight, especially if Jakiro hits level 20, but that's a little bit tougher.
Yeah, we'll see how quickly. I mean, the Alk is getting towards this Agnum Scepter, so he's with the accelerated speed that he farms at, it shouldn't be too far away. But again, it's whether he does get the space to get towards it, because look at this HellRaisers. They want to start putting pressure on the map once again. The tier 3 tower on the top lane being contested, and they've already done damage to the mid lane with those racks going. It's going to be going down.
Oh, Malady lost his Aghanims. It was on the courier. HellRaisers found it, so that's 3 minutes that you're not gonna have it.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, no, that is rough here. I thought it was coming through on Shigetsu. I thought he was the one building it up because he's got that Axe queued up. But yeah, no, the courier is going to be going down. And really, how do you buy this time for 2.5 minutes for Navi to defend this base? You know, defend. It looks like HellRaisers aren't going to force the issue. Not pushing out too much. Going back, maybe finding the next items. Maybe waiting for the next Roche as well. That could be at least 2.5 minutes away before they go for another push in.
I don't think they want to be waiting for that long, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to try to go for a pickoff and potentially force Navi into a mistake, or at least get yourself better established on the map.
Yeah, well, Daniel's going to get low. The hookshot comes in now as well into the Enchantress push back with the cogs. And there is the pickoff that you were looking for.
That is a lot better. With this, now you can push in all the lanes and make sure that Navi at least are not getting any new items.
Well, the Alchemist, he's going to be farming through, you know, because they've got this ward down in the dire triangle, so he's going to feel secure there farming through this. He got the acid spray. That was a big creep wave there as well. So Shigetsu, that is going to be buying out onto the Ags. Who do you pass this across to? Because Malik already has his.
It has to be the Pango.
Yeah.
Given to the Enchantress, I don't think the Sproink really changes all that much at the moment. Could be a great ultra late game item. At this moment, the Enchantress just doesn't do enough in terms of damage. But Melojul, having the Aghanims, it does increase the damage output quite a lot, right? Considering that he has both the Diffusal Blade and the Skull Basher. And
again, it looks like HellRaisers are just waiting for this next road. They are giving the time and space for Navi. In fact, Melody's courier, it's going to be up in 48 seconds, so not really punished for losing that Ags. And once it's back in the base, you know, this is going to be 40 seconds away here, and that damage will really start to amplify on the Macropire.
That push of the base of HellRaisers, their dive, it really did cost them a lot. They should have ended this game. Now you're getting into ultra late game territory where there's going to be a lot of items that you have to think about. So I don't think they're too happy about it. Good thing for them is Nature's Prophet has his level 25. So your split push, your ability to find one hero, two heroes stranded has increased quite a lot.
Oh, well, they might be able to get the jump onto Maldy here. Maldy can get himself away. I say they. It looks like it's just going to be Kiyotaka with the haste rune getting aggressive here. The rest of his teammates were away. So if he did get caught out, I mean, he still had that BKB, the Bloodstone, active there as well. And yeah, even throwing out tips. Well done, bud. You got yourself out alive. And that's the minimum you could expect.
It did use a smoke for it. How many? They don't have any smokes in the base? Was that their last smoke? Oh, I don't like that.
It looks like it was. Yeah, no smokes as far as I can see on the inventory.
That's gonna make it a little bit tougher to get out on the map the way that you want. Having Manta the Dragonite though, that's nice. Kiyotaka!
Pops up BKB, might try and turn this one around to Malik now as well, trying to chase him down, but Malik, he forces out the BKB of Kiyotaka. Forced him now as well. Malik, he gets himself away as the hook shot comes in from Solo. Can they do the damage? He might be able to get the kill onto Solo. The black hole, though, it catches onto him. It's going to be cancelled off now as well. Melojoul wants to come in with the Rolling Thunder, chasing down onto Mero. Mero, can he get himself away? The Abyssal Blade, it's going to say no. And the damage, it's going to be stacking up. They take down Solo here as well. And Navi, they're looking for the chase down, but Ramses in the Silver Edge form is they're going to be the chase down onto Kiyotaka instead. Kiyotaka, who's already used that BKB, 37 seconds away. And Kiyotaka, he could go down now. The Dragon Tail, they get the stun onto Ramses. He might go down. Kiyotaka, he's not going to survive through this now as well. Antares, he gets that jump in, but he's going to go down once again. And they get all 5 heroes. Navi, god damn, they might even be able to get... I mean, Roshan's up in 40 seconds here, so they've got a big window. There's a double damage rune in the river as well. This is going to be a massive window for Navi.
Buybacks might be more important to push out because then you definitely have a win condition. You're gonna be ahead, and this is the thing currently in Dota. You make one overly aggressive move when you should be ending the game at that point, and this is what could happen. And also that fight, it started perfectly for Navi. What ended up happening is Clockwork's Force Staff was purged off by the enchant. I'm like, what's happening? Do they have a nullifier? Nope. It just happened so that Daniel, he did get the enchant off during the middle of that Force Staff. He just stops in place. That point, HellRaisers probably should have ran, but they couldn't.
Yeah, and look at this now as well. The double damage rune for Shigetsu with the Chemical Rage. He's got a decent amount of attack speed here as well. And this is going to be even on the lane of Rax. Fortification will be used, but it doesn't look like HellRaisers. They want to use any buybacks here. And Navi, they've even got the Manta onto Malik. So Malik going to be able to push out in this Black Dragon form and do the damage onto all 3 lanes onto these towers. So the buyback comes out from Kiyotaka now as well. Kiyotaka has that BKB back up. Is he going to be able to push him back? They're going to be able to get the Malefice though. The illusion onto the Dragon Knight. It's still going to be doing damage to that tier 3 tower. And it is slowly but surely taken down here.
That is gonna be a buyback on the Zeus. He was beyond godlike. He didn't die for a very long time, and now he's 1 death away from losing the game. Navi, they finally do enough damage. They're also gonna get the Roche. They're gonna have an Axe there. That means that every single one of their heroes, apart from the Alchemist, will have an Aghanim Scepter. So this is gonna be beautiful for Navi. They're very happy with how the game is going right now, and those damage issues, when you get to the later portions of the game, they just disappear. There's so many items in play.
Yeah, and even if all the... I need to read up... Even if all of the heroes have the Aghanim Scepter anyway, you know, the Alchemist, if we're getting into the, 46 minutes into the point where he doesn't have anything he can spend his gold on, it looks like it's going to be the Swift Link coming out here, and then I assume into a Moon Shard to come out for the Alchemist here as well. And after that, you know, he's looking pretty much... He might go back for the shard as well. So, yeah, he can go right up to these 9 slots being filled here on the Alchemist. And then after that, start giving out the Aghanim Scepters to give the gold back to his teammates. And, you know, really start to power spike them as well.
We're still ways away from that. You know, the Alchemist, he needs some time to farm. When this part of the game comes, you need to be somewhat together if you're playing against this much global potential from HellRaisers. So he's not going to be getting all that much farm that we can expect. 5 Moon Shards and the 5 Aghanim Scepters to come out. But the Shard, I do agree on. I think that is the one that he should get, because both the Dragon Knight or the Enchantress would benefit from it immensely.
Yeah. Especially now, excuse me, with the Daniel having not only the Aghanim Scepter buff, but having the Hurricane Pike here as well. It would just be like non-stop impetus. It wouldn't be a break in the rainbow line. It'd just be one long rainbow of attacks onto whatever target hero he finds.
Double Black Hole is ready for HellRaisers. That is one thing that you have to be really afraid of. 3 of your heroes or 2 of your heroes, if it's Melojoul caught in it, you have nothing to break that one. It's just gonna kill those heroes. So you need to make sure that that doesn't happen if you're Navi. They need to continue playing the way that they did. So it is 4 heroes going forward and Melojoul in the back, the way that they're positioned right now, ready to cancel out the Black Hole, and you hope that you're not gonna be an unlucky bastard that just doesn't bash from 4 hits.
Yeah, it is true. You Yeah, he's even going back to farm. You know, if he gets caught out, he can roll in thunder. He's got the blink dagger to catch up here as well. But it looks like, again, Navi not overly eager to engage just yet. Here's Daniel going towards his own BKB as well. Kiyotaka, though, looks like they're going to try and go for that chase down. Look for that backstab here as well. Did he actually get the catch out? They've got 3 in the river. Solo, he's coming in. Jetpack will be used here now as well. Where's that hookshot? Connects onto Shigetsu. Got his own unstable concoction. And don't forget, he has that Aegis now as well. Going to get himself on top of Ramses. Ramses trying to get himself away in the Silver Edge form. They get the kill onto Malady now. Malady's going to buy back. The Black Hole comes through the catch on, but like I say, Meljul, he's going to be able to come in with a bash. He get the kill onto Mero. Mero's going to go down. Rolling Thunder will be used. Ramses going to get himself away from this one. He's already used that BKB. The J's down. They get the kill onto Ramses. Ramses, he has to buy back. It looks like he's getting himself to push down this top lane here. Oh, just looking for farm? Okay, no, he buys back. He's looking for his own refresher, but maybe looking to put the pressure onto this tier 3 in the top lane, while the side of Navi, they could look towards this tier 3 tower on the bot, and now Ramses will be TPing back, and the Dragon Form illusions coming through from the Dragon Knight here. Once that's back up in a minute, they will really start to do the damage onto the buildings. He's going to have that Meteor Hammer still now as well. Buyback comes out from Antaras, and Meteor Hammer, it is going to be dropped. The Dragon Knight illusions coming in with the Manta style now as well. This tier 3 tower, it looks like it's going to go down.
Miero made a mistake in that fight. He didn't use the Black Hole over himself, and Meljul, he used the Swashbuckle. He didn't get the bash, right? He got unlucky. But the Enigma was not inside of her Black Hole, so you could blink next to her, having the Octarine Core, having the extra range on the Abyssal Blade. He was able to cancel out that Black Hole, and that was it for the fight. HellRaisers have lost that fight, and they're most likely gonna lose the game here. 20 seconds until... Okay, actually, they might respect this, Navi. Let's see how much respect they actually have for HellRaisers.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Jump right into Kiyotaka. There's going to be unstable concoction now as well. Zeus has that BKB though. They want to try and turn this one around. 4 heroes grouping up the blast off. And the hookshot, it actually connects onto Antares as he jumps himself in now. And they're going to be able to get the kill onto Antares. It's onto Solo, excuse me. He did buy back in that last fight. Shigetsu trying to get himself away. Again, has that Chemical Rage. Is the damage going to be enough? In 14 seconds, Chemical Rage will be coming up. Just needs to buy a little bit of time here. Shigetsu turns himself back around, gets himself in. Aegis will pop. Ramses trying to do what he can with the Satanic. The damage on Ramses, can he get himself out? That BKB will be wearing off. The 4-staff in from Daniel, trying to chase down Ramses. Can he get himself away from this one? The impetus damage, again, it might start to stack up, and Daniel has the BKB of his own. So Kiyotaka not going to be able to do the damage. The Unstable Concoction comes out. They get the stun. The Black Hole, it does come out onto the Dragon now. It doesn't matter, it's going to be cancelled off now. Did they have the damage to take him down? Malady, he comes right back in. Mero,
another one,
and they have the damage to blast off from the tech. He's trying to do the damage. Mero, he's trying to get himself out of this. Slowed down Meljul with the BKB, and they've got 3 heroes down on the side of HellRaisers already. Navi, all of them still alive, coming into this towards the tier 4s, and the damage with Malik just coming through. Again, the Dragon Knight with the form has a Satanic of his own once again. 6 seconds before that is back up. The heals from the nature, the tendons, the backlines. He was trying to be cute, get the kill onto Malik, and Malik, well, the Manta Style's going to be called once again, but GG will be called. They even finished it off with a kill onto Mero, and well, it was all smiles for HellRaisers as they started off this game, but it's a little bit more serious faces now for them as this game ends.
You and me talked about this before we got into the program. We talked even with production there. They were like, yeah, this is probably going to be a fast game. Everyone has written off Navi, and the team that are like, everybody's like, yeah, they're out. They're probably not going to be going through. They beat HellRaisers. They beat them in style. Meljul in that fight, he went for the Swashbuckle minus 3-second cooldown. He has the Octarine Core. He cancels 2 Black Holes in a row. Miero cannot get a single one off. And Navi, this is just beautiful. This was one mistake from HellRaisers, one big one. That means that Navi did a lot of things right in this game. They had some problems. HellRaisers, they hit their timings. They should have won the game. They were greedy once. They were overly aggressive once. And Navi wins the game off of that one. After that one, they didn't make any mistakes. They moved perfectly. They even got unlucky with one Swashbuckle, and they still win the game. So HellRaisers, they have been beat completely and utterly in this game number 1.
Yeah, and HellRaisers, was it literally just that over-aggression in the base that cost them this game? You know, was there any way back into it for them after the fact? Or Navi, was the momentum always in their favor after that?
There was, after that aggression, you always have a chance to come back into the game. Level 25 Nature's Prophet, when you have a Rax advantage, it is not to be underestimated. You can outplay your opponents, right? But HellRaisers, they still thought with the double Black Hole that they had what it takes to go for a fight. And the second that they lost that fight in the jungle, if you remember Kiyotaka with his wraparound and stuff like that, the second that fight didn't go their way, that is where the game ended, right? But they always could have extended it, hoped for something else, got some hexes, and maybe approached the game in a different way. But when you have a double black hole, you very rarely think that you're gonna lose the game. But yeah, it was that one. Currently in Dota, when you can win the game, if you don't do it at that moment, you fall off significantly, right? Because there's a reason that at that point in time, because of your itemization, because of your approach to the game, because of how you played, there is a reason why at that point in time you are so dominant and you can end the game, right? And if that doesn't happen, and it's not like you lost a hero, you lost 5 heroes, you lost all map control, it is literally like 15,000 gold swing. And after that, Navi have all the info, all the vision, and they can continue capitalizing on it. So yeah, it was one huge mistake that opened up this for Navi, but I'm not going to take it away from Navi because they did everything right after that moment. And even before it, there were a lot of good moves coming out from them. One of the biggest ones for me was walking into the Doge Pit when you have triple BKB, and then you had the Basher after the Aegis was taken down, even though it was taken down fast. And that is what counters the late game of HellRaisers. So Navi, they did a lot of things right, and that's why they got the victory.
Yeah, and congratulations to Navi, but it is only the first game here. You know, HellRaisers, they could come back in the second game. Navi, like you say, maybe they just need this one a little bit more, and it's spurring them on. You know, it's like the Dragon Ball Z when they charge up. You know, they're storing all of the power for this last fight here to push through. And HellRaisers, they have to go back to the drawing board here with game number 2. But Navi looking incredibly good once they got that synergy going here for their side. Meljoul, some great plays, like you say. He even got himself the Penta-Edge Sword, so that extra attack range, being able to blink on. And like you say, maybe a bit of a mistake there from Miro, not casting the black hole on himself with the swashbuckle, not bashing out and taking away that black hole. So really well played from Navi, keeping the nerve all the way through that match, coming back into it after looking at the graphs, because there was a massive dip down, and that one fight, you know, it just shoots all the way back up in favor of Navi. But again, guys, this is only going to be the first game. They need to do it again in the second game here, Navi, up against HellRaisers, to secure at least a chance at surviving here in Division 1. We'll find out what's going to happen after this break.